Friends, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the invitation. We all know there has been revolution in the field of endoscopy like in laparoscopy. We have come a long way from the era of fiber optic endoscopy to era of video endoscopy, wherein we are going to witness various recent advances in the last 2 decades in the field of endoscopy, colonoscopy, ERCP, US and all other fields like in laparoscopy. Let me discuss with you the important innovations from the surgeon's perspective under these 4 headings. Technology, yes. If you see, thanks to the high definition endoscopy, we are able to see the images much sharper, brighter, with all these different companies are making their own version, and we are able to see, apart from what we used to see in a white light, by using a chroma endoscopy and also narrowband imaging and eye scan in Pendex, PHI scan in Fujinon, we are able to identify the lesion clearly, demarcate it and also characterize to make an what I call in vivo diagnosis. That is possible thanks to this, and also of course, the magnification. Endocytoscopy, for example, gives you up to 500 times magnification. So, like as it is going to give like a kudos pit pattern, it is able to give not only a diagnosis on the spot, sometimes with a computer assisted diagnosis with the inbuilt artificial intelligence like endobrain. Nowadays, you are able to not only able to see where the lesion, it will alert where the lesions are, and also it will say the probability of it being neoplastic is in 95%, 100%, things like that. So, it is going to be a reality now. And also the other side of innovation I would like to tell you about is the ease of navigation. Colonoscopy used to be a tough job in the beginning, but thanks to this technology like the scope guide, for example, with the MRI inside you are able to see various loops in the sigmoid and able to navigate easily down into the cecal intubation rate is improved. And also with all these gadgets we have here like the full spectrum, the 330-degree colonoscopy and endocuff, all these gadgets helps you to improve your adenoma detection rate nowadays. And there are lots of newcomers every other day, you are getting new things coming in. For example, to navigate the whole of the small gut, now we have what we call the motorized spirus enteroscopy, and also SPY Discover will make travel along the path of the pancreatic tree and the biliary tree easy job nowadays. And now we are now living really in the era of disposable endoscopy and ERCP scopy because of the risk of infection nowadays. So, these are all going to be reality in the near future. Apart from the technology, let me take you to the tools which you use nowadays, which have a lot of advances. See, for example, we have the coag grasper to achieve for the monopolar in case of POEM any bleeding, gold probe, hemoclips or hemospray. All these things helps a good endoscopic hemostasis. So, here is a small demonstration of how a hemoclip will achieve a bleeding even in a seemingly a large bleeding ulcer in the posterior wall of the duodenum. Coming to the next important innovation in my opinion is the stents. For example, the benign stricture esophagus or the bile duct, those days we need to do repeated stenting. But now, thanks to this presence of the fully covered self expanding metal stent, the biodegradable absorbable stents, we are now able to treat effectively all these conditions, the intractable esophageal stricture, bile duct stricture, even anastomotic leaks, perforations and fistulas are tackled with these innovations. And especially for fistula and leaks, we now have something like a Ovisco clip in addition to the SEM stent available. Sponge is a very innovative technology. When you have a contained leak, especially post bariatric surgery or low anterior resection, when you have an abscess cavity like this, then you can put a sponge with a vac, you are able to drain this abscess and it will gradually granulate, and at the end you will be able to achieve a good satisfactory outcome without a need for a further laparotomy. So, that is a little bit about tools. Let us go to the technique as it. You all know the last 10 years more or less the POEM has been the standard of care as far as the achalasia cardia is concerned, because you are able to go in the submucosal plane, what you call the third space from 25 centimeter, able to do a myotomy, have a satisfactory outcome with a very minimal reflux incidents. But with the F poem, you are able to do a fundoplication, and extending from there, now we are having a Z poem for Zenker's diverticulum, G poem for gastroparesis. So, submucosal dissection, third space surgery is a reality now. Extending from there, now we are doing even a large sessile polyps. You can give a liberal injection in the submucosal space, dissect even a seemingly wide laterally spreading tumors in the colon or in the stomach for that matter, provided the lesion is confining to the mucosa. And extending from the third space, now we have another technique now developing in a big way is a submucosal tunneling endoscopy resection. As the picture says, you can tunnel submucosally, then you enter into the muscle. If there is any muscular lesion or even out with the bowel, then you are able to remove it, then come out and tackle this and close this either a hemoclip or ovisco clip. So, that is a perfectly peaceful procedure and it avoids unwanted thoracotomy. So, these are the advancements I can tell, and we can go on. And the two important things I wanted to discuss with you is, of course, the innovations as far as the treatment of the reflux disease. Endoscopic anti-reflux therapy is now a reality. Strata procedure with the radiofrequency ablation, endoscopic fundoplication without an incision, what we call ESOFIX, GERDX or MUSC, endoscopic mucosal resection like an arms procedure. All these things are nowadays done, but I am sure the indications are very limited, but with a more innovation and refinement of technology, that will be part of our standard of care in the near future. In bariatric, I am sure we have been doing various bariatric laparoscopic procedure, but as you can see depicted here, there are so many endoscopic procedures available starting from the balloon. But now, the concentration of most of us is on the endoscopic sleeve, because it is trying to reproduce the results of a gastric sleeve by reducing the gastric volume by using this Apollo overstitch device. So, this is a very innovative device, especially in a failed sleeve we can do this procedure, and it is very, very heartening, because without an incision it is going to be done and it has its own indication in a selected group of patients. And also in patients who had a bariatric surgery, sometimes they need an additional procedure like for a CBD stone, and doing an ERCP in a post gastric bypass is a challenging task. Apart from going laparoscopic assisted, now we can put a lamb stent in the pouch, and through that you can go in the conventional way, or see other indications of the lamb procedure. As we already know, the lumen opposing metal stents, draining the pancreatic fluid collection, and also cholecystoduodenostomy in a septic gallbladder. All these things are possible, and endo ultrasound has taken us to a leap, trying to treat a patient with the pancreatic lesions and pain control with the celiac ganglion block and bile duct drainage. All these things are possible. Now, even anastomosis like gastric bypass for gastric outlet obstruction is feasible by this innovation with the EUS, and magnetic anastomosis is also slowly coming in the reality. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I have just described with you is just a tip of the iceberg. There is a lot of innovation. The time is not enough to share all these things. Like laparoscopy, endoscopy is going in a big way. So, as a surgeon, it is our responsibility to teach our youngsters in the arts and science of endoscopy, in the training, both in the patient and the simulation based training, not only the cognitive skill, all the technical skills required with the right tools. So, we have various platforms available, and we need to train them like simulators, like all this electronic simulators, computer simulators help you to learn, because sooner or later what has been a surgical options, now it is going to be all done by endoscopically, be it managing all these conditions enumerated here. So, unlike an open surgery or a laparoscopic surgery, endoscopic surgery is achieved without a single incision. So, it is going to be a patient preferred procedure, and it is going to be the platform for future, because here endoscopic surgeon is going to be going hand in hand with the rest of the people managing the patient. It is a collective responsibility, and future surgeon would essentially, I think, going to do most of the procedure, if not all of the procedure, in a flexible endoscopic working platform. So, I strongly feel there is no hope without scope. Thank you.